Good evening. Time for some business news. My name is Abi Agina. Consumers can breathe easy for the month of July with the Energy Regulatory Commission releasing the latest pump prices. Motorists in Nairobi will now pay 98 shillings and 73 cents per litre to fill their tanks on super petrol. This is down from 99 shillings and 59 cents last month. Diesel users will pay 86 shillings and 89 cents compared to 88 cents and 5 per litre in May. This will actually see the diesel actually retail at 1 shilling and 16 cents less, while kerosene will retail at 65 shillings and 5 cents, down from last month's 65 shillings and 28 cents per litre. Well, some good news there for consumers. Treasury is seeking to raise the ceiling on how much investors can buy on the mobile-based government bond when the second offer of 4.85 billion shillings is launched this month. And when the maiden 150 million shilling bond was launched in March, investors could only put in between the minimum 3,000 and maximum 140,000 shillings a day. Sources say investors will be able to exceed that daily limit when the second tranche of the Akiba bond hits the capital markets in 2 weeks as the Treasury targets high sales. The move to expand the band may have been informed by results of the maiden bond that saw 102,632 people registered on the mobile platform. Despite the high subscriptions of 5,692 investors invested with the bids ranging from 3,000 shillings to 1.13 million shillings, Safaricom's M-Pesa platform handled 142 million shillings of the total amount, while Airtel Money transacted 8 million shillings. To some capital raising news now, privately owned investment firm Fanisi Capital has received commitments worth $30 million or just about 3 billion shillings in the first phase of its second round of capital raising. Fanisi Capital Fund 2 that will see a close which actually closed a 10-year SME venture fund, has a target of 7.5 billion shillings in the next 12 months and will continue with its investment strategy in East Africa. Fanisi Capital Managing Partner and CEO Ayisi Makatiani notes that the second round of capital raising has seen a strong interest from local investors, accounting for 45%, with the rest coming from various international investors. Kenya will champion the adoption of data-driven agriculture in Africa in an effort to improve the lot of the African farmer and ensure better returns from the sector. The move is expected to translate into not just better livelihoods for sector stakeholders, but also improve food security across the world. This comes as Kenya plays host to the Ministerial Conference on Global Open Data for Agriculture and Nutrition here in Nairobi.
This forum is a culmination of a meeting we had in New York, of which Kenya accepted to champion the Global Data Initiative on agriculture and nutrition. And so we accepted to host the first conference, which involves the ministers of the Global South, so that we can sensitize governments that they need to build capacities in their ministries of agriculture to acquire and get accurate, timely information which would aid in data collection, and it can help in decision making and also in projections.
One of the things that data can do is empower the farmers first in becoming more productive and increasing the way the way their outputs are by using better methods, whether it is for irrigation, reducing the cost of inputs and so on. But second, in making best use of their production, taking charge, taking control of their markets, who they sell and for which price.
And from that, in the latest rejoinder, a day after Tanzania President banned mineral exploration company Acacia from operating in Tanzania, the firm's Executive Chairman John Thornton is set to hold talks with Tanzania's President John Pombe Magufuli to end the stalemate. In a statement to newsrooms, the company and the government of Tanzania have agreed to enter into discussions in order to reach a mutually acceptable solution to the issues relating to the ban on the export of gold or copper constraints. as well as the future framework for Acacia's operations in Tanzania. Acacia is Tanzania's largest gold miner and one of the largest producers of gold in Africa. The company has 3 active mines, all located in northwest Tanzania, and that includes Bulwanyu, Buzwagi, and North Mara, and a portfolio of exploration projects in Tanzania, Kenya, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Acacia being a UK public company headquartered in London, the firm stands to face serious regulatory issues if found to have operated without a valid license in Tanzania. Acacia, which has been in Tanzania since 1998, is also accused of evading taxes amounting to $84 billion. A committee on export of gold and copper constraints formed by President John Magufuli in March this year found that Acacia had been conducting business in Tanzania contrary to the law. Let's get to some agriculture news now. And the government is looking to put at least 10,000 hectares of high-altitude land under bamboo plantation in a move set to spur production of locally made bamboo products. Ewasunyiro Development Authority Chief Executive Officer Sami Naporos told Ktn Business that 1 million seedlings are ready for planting. This initiative is regarded as a boon for the country, with a huge chunk of bamboo products currently being imported from Asia. The bamboo plant, also nicknamed the Wonder Plant, is the strongest and fastest growing woody plant on earth and supplies a global trade worth an estimated $2 billion per year. According to Naporos, bamboo is arguably the answer to environmental degradation. Its potential as green gold and as a silver bullet for design and architecture, makes it a hot commodity globally. It is used to make a long list of high-value products, including furniture, a variety of building and roofing materials, from fencing poles to veneer, floor tiles, panels for walls and ceilings, scaffolding materials.
For example, for you now to have a factory, you require 7,000 acres for you to operate a factory. So we have now land, we have set up multiplication, which is the most difficult part, and within the next 5 years, the government is going to